3 months. Many of you are attending continuously, and as I said already, next our target should be bringing out a startup in our institution by our students while you are studying. Make sure that all these inputs, whatever you are getting, will help you to file patents and to register all these things. Uh, so kindly be interactive. Whenever you have doubts, feel free to interact with them, and there should be a good positive turnout from this session. That is will be the great outcome of this session. Okay, so be participative, be interactive, and I wish you all the best. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for our
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I am profusely elated to take this opportunity to introduce our chief guest, Mr. T. Jayachandran, Assistant Professor, Department of ECE, Nanda Engineering College. Sir has received many awards and achievements, and to mention a few, he has received Best Senior Faculty Award in the year 2020, Shield of Appreciation in the year 2018, Best Achievement Award by TESFA in the year 2017, Best Proctor Award in the year 2018-2019, YouTube approved monetization for my channel in the year 2018, and Best Faculty Award in the year 2015. He has also received copyrights for the book Mysterious Guide, Live a Successful, Happy, Healthy and Balanced Life, and book Life Lessons and Success Formula from PUBG, Question Bank, Short Questions and Answers on Electronic Devices, Question Bank, Solid State Electronic Devices and Materials, Question Bank for ECE students, Lab Manual for Digital Logic Design for ECE students, and Lab Manual for Engineering Practices Lab Manual. We are very happy to welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Ma'am, shall I take over the session or do you have any formal? Hello?
So you can proceed, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Now, first of all, I would like to thank Power Engineering College and Institutions Innovation Cell, Power Engineering College, and organizers, convener Moganapriya ma'am, and Vice President Dr. K. Sundaramurthy sir, and President M. Prem Kumar sir. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for arranging this knowledge sharing session, and I'm really happy to be here as a part of this knowledge sharing session. And let me take over the session because I would like to show you both theoretical as well as how to apply copyrights in online mode. So it takes a little time. So straight away, we'll get into the presentation. So let me share my screen for you. So I hope my audio is okay and my video is okay. So I think my screen is on your desktop.
Yes, sir. Visible.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. So the topic which has been given to me is IPR and e-filing strategy for copyrights. You know, after delivering this seminar at the very first time in my CIPD Nanda Engineering College, sir, many of the faculty from other departments and students, they receive copyrights on various topics on various forums. So various topics in the sense they received copyrights on different literary work, and some students belong to CSC and MCA. They received copyrights for their application developed and for their softwares. And the same seminar I presented to Congo Engineering College, and they received a software under this Copyrights Act. So let me proceed with my slide. So the first and basic thing, my objective of this particular presentation is participants will be able to not only understand what is copyright, but also they will be able to apply and receive a copyright certificate. The right side of the screen, what you see is a certificate which I received for my work, which is called the Mysterious Guide. So this is the certificate I received from Government of India from Copyright Office. So from the step 1 to till how do you get this certificate, that thing going to be discussed in this seminar. Though it is 1 hour seminar, let me try to complete this 1 hour. If not, also you can contact me through Mogana Priya ma'am, and she has my number, and you can contact me when you want to apply a copyright, or if you have any clarification related to this copyright, you can always don't hesitate to call me, and Mogana Priya ma'am ask my number. You can always pick me through WhatsApp or the phone call, no issues. So let me put my first slide, like what is IPR or intellectual property rights. So what it actually tells us. So intellectual property rights generally tells us that it protects something. Protects in the form of what? That's what we are going to discuss. So that protects in terms of copyrights, in terms of patent, in terms of trademarks, or in terms of trade secrets. And there are many other there are many other intellectual property rights category also available. Hello? Ma'am, is my voice okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine, thank you. So what we are going to protect under these categories, that's what I'm going to briefly tell you. So these symbols might have been seen in somewhere in shopping malls or in copyright softwares or somewhere in computer program or the outside malls. You might have seen all these symbols. So I'm going to differentiate what is patent, copyright, and trademark and trademark secret. And I will take one of this is called copyright, and let us explain or discuss detail about the copyright. So first, let me briefly tell you what these three things and what these things actually protect. So first, copyright that protects creation of our work, and that is why it is called creators. And trademark that protects brand of anything. And patent is for invention. So examples for creation work, it might be songs, books, photos, or artistic work. An example for brand, it might be words, phrases, logos, or any other symbols like that. And invention, it mostly goes to hardware area like machines, technologies, and other gadgets. So as far as ECE, mechanical, triple they're concerned, we can go with the patent. If you have any good projects, that projects can be converted into patent if it has a new idea. And copyright is mainly focused towards computer science and IT department, as well as we also can apply for the copyrights to protect our content. And trademark is mostly for the goods and services. And let us explain one by one in a simple way. Right. So this is how. So patent, as I said, it is for ideas and invention, and copyrights that protects your creativity, literary work, and artistic work. And trademark that mostly focuses on goods and services. If you are running a company, then we want to promote a company through peculiar logos or specific quotes like that. We want to use trademarks. And copyright is for the creativity of work. So creativity concern, it may be a writing works, it's a book, or it may be an artistic work, it may be a drawing, or it may be a sound like songs or tunes, or it may be a photographic. So like this, all the creative works can be protected under this Copyright Act. And patent, as I said, it is for ideas and innovation. If you have a new ideas, invention, that can be protected under this Copyright Act. Patent Act. A simple way, we can take this Coca-Cola symbol, and we have a patent. There are different types of patents available. The one is a design patent, which is on the screen. So this is called a design patent. And patent secret is nothing but the formula they use to make the Coca-Cola drinks. That is called patent secret. And a trademark. So the trademark one is what you are seeing is a Coca-Cola is a trademark. So that is the word. It is called a trademark. And the design on the Coca-Cola label, it is called a creative work that is coming under the copyright. Okay, I hope this is a recording video, so you can watch it once again also. So these are all the things available in a single Coca-Cola bottle, which has copyrighted things as well as patent things. Patent things is for trade secret as well as for the design patent. Okay, so now we are going to discuss only about the copyright in terms of creativity, either in terms of writings or in terms of artistic work or in terms of sounds, recordings, videos, photographic, all these things. Right. So this is a simple way to differentiate what is trademark and registered trademark. So as you see in this book, there is a symbol TM over winners don't do different things, they do things differently. So this is the famous quote said by Shivakera, and over this you can see TM, which is trademark. So if you speak this particular sentence, this will give an identity to this person, Mr. Shivakera, and that is called trademark. So whenever we use this phrase, that means this person, Shivakera. And what is R inside the circle? It shows that it is a registered trademark. You can see the book You Can Win. Over here, you can see R inside the circle. That is called a registered trademark. So You Can Win means we definitely come to know who is the author of this book. It is nothing but, none other than Mr. Shivakera. So it is called a registered trademark. Trademark means it may be unregistered. Right? That is a simple way to understand what is trademark and registered trademark. So registered means it is already registered. Trademark may be in progress or may not be registered. Okay, but this gives identity to the person or a company or anything else, and mostly it comes under the goods and services. Okay, but inside the book, the content that is protected by the Copyright Act. And what can be protected under Copyright Act? As I said, it is protecting your literary or dramatic work. So literary means what I mean, it's writing things. It may be a books, poems, songs, whatever it is. And it also protects your musical work, artistic work, cinematographic work, sound recording, photograph, and the last one is computer generated work. It may be your software or any application what you develop. And the bottom of the table that tells you how do you claim the creator. So for example, if it is a literary and a dramatic work, you can claim the ownership in terms of author. If it is a musical work, you can claim it as a composer. If it is a cinematographic work, you can take it as a producer. And for sound recording, it is a producer. And photographic, you can claim it as a photographer. And why do we want to protect our content or musical work or any other creative work? So there was a famous dispute happened between Ilayaraja and SPB. Ilayaraja claimed that SPB misused his tunes. And there was a dispute happened. And why he claimed so? Because you can see here, musical work that can be protected under copyright as a composer. So tune is protected under Copyright Act. In the same way, literary work, songs, lyrics, that also protected under authorship. If lyrics is someone else and composed by Ilayaraja, and SPB used the lyrics as well as the tune of Ilayaraja, and he earns money by conducting some programs in Malaysia, Singapore, and he does not give any money to the ownership, which means to the Ilayaraja or the lyricist. So that was the dispute happened between Ilayaraja and SPB. See, singers, they have some extent to use the music of composer and lyricist by the lyricist, but they cannot use it mostly for the commercial purpose. When they earn money through others' creative work, then it is an offense according to the copyright law. And that was the problem happened between Ilayaraja and SPB. So tune is by Ilayaraja and lyrics by some lyricist, but SPB earned money by others' creative work. So creative work should be protected when it comes to the commercial purpose, especially, right? And that's why we are here to understand why do we want to protect the copyright. So as a faculty or a student, what are the things can be protected as far as the institution or academics concerned? Your books, lab manuals, question bank, anchoring script, and poems, stories. If you develop any apps, you can protect that. Lecture notes and videos, thesis, project report, or any creative art and literary work. So these things can be protected. As academician, we protect all these things. See, mostly when the problem comes when it is used in commercial purpose. Say for example, many publisher published many books, but someone simply take and copy the same content and republish it. That is an offense. So that should be protected. Okay, so that is the reason all the contents, all the creative works should be protected, especially when it comes for the commercial purposes. And as I said, videos and other poems, stories, they also should be protected, because nowadays most of the films, before releasing the film, someone claims that it is my story. right? This is what happened in Sarkar movie also. So if your story is protected under this copyright or in any association, then you can claim for the credit. If we do not protect our content properly, then though the creative work is ours, we cannot claim the ownership. And that is the reason we need to copyright the things or the creative works. So if you have registered your work and that is properly registered in an association, then the same thing, creative work copied by someone else that has been taken as a film, then you can claim that as a ownership, so that you can get either credit or some money or something else. But the thing is, the creative work should be protected under this Copyright Act. And what else can be protected as far as the academics concerned? Apps and websites. So nowadays, everything is coming in the form of applications. So once what we used in the Google Chrome, now everything has a separate application, your Facebook, WhatsApp, Google, Hotstar, Netflix, everything has a application. So application is nothing but the background coding, right? So that coding should be protected properly, so that others cannot misuse your own creative work. In the same way, websites also protected to claim your credit or ownership. So an app may be registered as a computer program, because what we see in the front end, it may be just an application or the design, but inside that there is a coding which runs. So that coding either can be registered in terms of literary work or in terms of software work. I'll show you that in online mode, right? So that can be protected under literary work or either software work. But when you want to register that, you have to be very clear that what are the things are necessary to get copyright for your applications. So the registration will cover any screen display generated by the program, and provided that the computer program generating the screen display is submitted by the applicant, and mere screenshot of screen display of the app are not eligible for the copyright protection. What it says, that simply if you are taking a screenshot and sending for copyright, it will not be accepted. You want to provide your computer program code as well as source code along with the computer while you are running that generates the application. So that screenshot should be applied to get copyright for your applications, which means the app what you are developing. You know, nowadays many students from computer science, IT, they started developing applications, apps. So that can be protected, especially when it comes for the commercial purposes. In the same way, this one, this is an example. I gave a seminar on copyrights to Congo Engineering College, and after that, ma'am, Shanti ma'am, Dean, CSE department, she discussed with me, and they received copyrights on topic Smart Attainment Calculator. It's a software category, and they registered under author, and they received Smart Attainment Calculator software under this Copyright Act. This is an example of how copyright gives you security for the software what you develop. Because nowadays, as a faculty, we know that the attainment word now very often we use for MBA and other purposes. So they created a software to design attainment calculation. It is called Smart Attainment Calculator, and they received copyright also for that. And how do you get copyright for the website? So website, it's not a single thing. It's a combination of your writings, pictures, artistic works, or musical work, or a video. There are many combo are there in the website. So when you want to protect your website for the security purpose, then you have to submit each and every application separately. If you have a literary work, writing work, that should be registered separately. If you have an artistic work, that should be applied separately. Or music work, video work, every single work should be applied separately, and you have to get copyright protection, and then you can use it on the website as a whole copyright protection site. Okay. Yeah. So this is the flow of how to get copyrights, or the workflow of a copyright. So the first and foremost thing is we want to fill an application in the online mode, and then they will issue a diary number, and we want to wait 30 days for the mandatory objection. If there is any objection from any of the citizen, then your application will be taken into the objection field. Okay, so we have to wait 30 days. Once 30 days over, then they will give you whether your objection is selected or not selected. It means objection filed means then this will go this side. If there is no objection, you will come to the left side. So after 30 days, there is nobody claiming that your work is their work, then it is called no objection. So once there is no objection, your application and the documents will be scrutinized by the examiner. And if there is any discrepancy means if there is any issues or mistakes or problems in your application under the content, they will give you a discrepancy letter through mail. And you want to clear that discrepancy letter within 15 to 30 days, and you have to reply to the registrar, and the registrar will see your reply, which means the reply to the discrepancy letter. And if the letter is okay, they will proceed to the next level. If not, again they will send you the discrepancy letter if they are not satisfied with your reply for the discrepancies. Okay, so discrepancy is what I mean is it is issues or any problems or mistakes available in your work or applications, or your work may be different, application may be different, there is a controversy. So they will send these type of discrepancies to mail, and we want to clear that in 30 days. Once the discrepancy is clear, then the next step is approval step. So if it is approval, then directly it comes to the registration approved, and they will send you the extracts from the register to the application, which means after approval stage, your work is registered, and once it is registered, they will send you a certificate which is sealed by the Government of India Copyright Office, and that will reach you both as a soft copy and hard copy. Due to this corona issue, nowadays they do not send any hard copy, but before that we received hard copy, but nowadays they send only a soft copy to your mail. But if there is any objection in your work by someone else, then they will send a letter to both parties. Then we want to both the parties should reply to the objection letter, and which party's objection is correct and accepted, they will give priority to that particular party. And if there is no, and if it is your side is okay, then the application will be accepted. If your side is weak, then your application will be directly rejected, and they will send you a rejection letter to your mail. Okay, so mostly if it is our original work, we can directly come to the right side of this picture. We will get scrutiny, approval, and then finally register. And if there is any objection arises, then the letter goes to two parties, and which party gives the best reply or the original reply, then copyright will go to that person. The other person's application will be simply rejected. So this is the workflow. And to get final certificate or protection from the Copyright Office, it takes around 2 months approximately, because 30 days is a mandatory waiting period for the objection. And after 30 days, if there is any discrepancies, they will send you a discrepancy letter, and you want to reply to the discrepancy letter. And after that, again, if there is any discrepancy, again they will send you a letter through mail. And once you clear all the discrepancies, and then the next state is approval state. And once it is approved, then it goes to the register state. Okay, so this is all called registration workflow. And do we want to pay any amount to the government? Means yes, we want to pay. Depends on the work what we choose. If it is literary, dramatic, musical, or artistic work, we want to pay 500 rupees in online. And if there is any provided related to the goods and services, right, then you have to pay 2000 rupees. And if there is any correction or updation in the same work, literary, dramatic, musical, artistic work, then again you have to pay 200 rupees if it is an updation in your book, for example. Or if any updation in your goods and services, which means you are changing your logos and other things, artistic work or any other things, then you have to pay 1000 rupees. And apart from this, if you have a video, then comes under the cinematographic, then you have to pay 5000 rupees per work. Okay, so this is how we want to pay the money. But if you go to the computer center or any other center, they will ask you 5000 rupees, 10,000 rupees just to proceed your application. So kindly aware that how to apply copyrights, because as a faculty, I too attend many seminars like this. But what the thing is missing is everybody tells us what is patent, what is copyright, what is trademarks, and what is the duration, what is the amount, all those things. But what is the missing link is how do we apply for the patent or copyrights or a trademark. That thing is missing in each and every seminar. But that thing will not be missed here, because my intention is to know what is copyright, and you must apply at least one copyright through this seminar. That is my intention, and that is what my objective too. So let us get into that business now. So how do we apply practically? And till now, if you have any doubt, you can raise the question. If not, we'll go to the practical session where we can see how to apply copyright in online mode. So it is an online process. You need not worry about the other things. So whatever we apply in the online mode, then we have to take a printout and send it to the copyright office, Delhi, right? Then they will give you the remaining replies and other things. The first and foremost thing, you want to get into this copyright. If you type copyright India, that will give you copyright.government.in. You can just click and get into that. You'll get homepage like this. And here, so kindly make a note, and if it is a video, no issues, you can watch it later also. So if it is video, just rewind and see this. So here you can see online services. Here, e-filing of copyright application. Under this, registration of copyright form 14. Just click this. You'll get into this login page. If you have a login, you can directly log in. If you are a new user to this copyright site, you can go here and new user registration. So this is a simple Gmail, Twitter account or IT income tax account opening like. So you can give your general details, mail IDs, phone number if it is required, and you can create your user ID, password, and security question also. So after that, after filling this particular form, you can submit, and this submission will redirect you into a login page where you can enter your user ID created and password, and you can get into the other business. So since I have already account, I'll go to home page directly. And this. Once you entered your user ID, password, and other things, this will come to this page. Since I have registered some work, and this table actually tells us what is the registered work, or if you have any already registered work, then this work will tell you. So here you can see the status. The work status is registered, which means I received a copyright for this particular content. As the comparing team said, solid state electronic devices and materials, question bank for ECE. So I got copyright for this particular content, which means my literary work. Right. So I'll show you this at the end. Now we'll see how to apply through online mode. So here again in online services, go to e-filing of application and scroll down. You'll see click here for online copyright registration. Click that. You'll get 4-step process. First step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4 is your payment details. That 500 rupees or 2,000 rupees depends on the work, right? And the other important thing is, as we are not a lawyers, it is really difficult to understand the copyright laws, patent laws, and all those things. So what is easy is, the thing is we can apply very easily, right? The understanding of all the rules behind this particular copyright is very difficult because lawyers know all these matters. And that is why each and every big company, they have their own lawyers. Okay. So as a faculty, academician, how do we process our content to be protected? And the important point I would like to tell you is, wherever the star is required, the star, right? You fill up that particular location. You kindly neglect all the other things. So the third point, which is nothing but communication on the subject may be addressed to. So which address you want to be communicated by Copyright Office. So let us assume I'll write my name and my college name, for example. And pin code is not stored and phone number is also not stored. If you want, you can give, there is no issues. And once you filled this address, so kindly keep a full address. This is for example, I just stopped Nanda ENGC. Okay. So keep all your documents, all your address clearly over here and give I accept and save. This is the first page, only communication address. Once you give save, that will redirect to the step 2. And step 2 is the important thing among these 4 points. Any doubt, ma'am?
No, sir, you can continue.
Yeah,
There's
thank you.
some disturbance. I'll see it.
It's okay, ma'am, thank you. Right. So the second page, that is nothing but statements of particulars. So where you want to give, first one is number 2, name, address, nationality of the application. And here you can see the category of application, whether you apply as an individual or you apply it for a business, right? So now we take individual. So individual means it is not a single person. It may be 2 or 3 or more person, right? And here you can see same as communication address. If you click this, it will give you what you entered in the first page, okay, as an applicant. So this is the applicant address. If you want to add one more applicant, you can add, no problem. For example, I'll give Papu Pawai. Here you can see add more, then you'll get 2 applicants. Okay, so like that you can add applicants, no issues. This is the second step, and the next step is you want to upload your signature. So upload signature. So the second step is over, and the third important step is nature of the applicant's interest in the copyright of the work, which means whether you want to claim the copyright as a author or a owner or a publisher or composer, producer or artist. In what category you want to protect your things. If it is a literary work, writing works, then we can go with the authors. Or if you are a book publisher, you can go with the publisher mode, right? So as we are academician, mostly we have a literary work. So literary work or software work. Software work also is nothing but a background coding. Coding is nothing but a literary work, right? Either we can register software under literary work or the software work. I'll tell you the difference now. So I'll choose author and class of work, whether it is a literary work or artistic work, or the last one is computer software. So first let me choose literary work for the writings, and description of your work. It is not a star over here. So whether if you want, you can describe your work, otherwise no issues, no problem. And you want to type your title of the work. For example, I write some book. This is the title of the book, let us assume. And you want to choose the language of the work. If it is English, you can select English. Or if you want to select or publish a book in 2 to 3 languages, you can still go with 2 or 3 languages too. Okay. So for understanding purpose, I'll click only English. So this is all for the literary work. In the same case, if you select computer software, then the scenario has changed. Now you see here, title of the work, it may be an app, for example, or software, any software. Then language of the work is nothing but what language you have created the computer software. That should be filled here. Whether it is, so for example, Python or SQL or any codings or the programming languages, what you use, that should be filled here. That is the language of the work. If it is literary work, it can be English or any other general speaking languages, not a computer language. So let us go with literary and dramatic work, where I chose English. Okay. So the third step, fourth step, fifth and sixth are over. And the seventh step, name and address and nationality of the author. And if author is deceased, then the date of his decease. So name and address, nationality of the author. So author means how many authors contributed to the particular work. For example, if I click same as applicant here, then it will give you 2 authors, which is similar to the applicant. But if you want to add one more author, you can add here. What it does mean is you are giving only authorship to the third one. For example, Kritika, we are giving authorship only to the, we are only giving authorship to the third person. The first 2 persons are as well as applicant as well as author. Okay. So like this, you can add 3 or more authors also. How many authors contributed to the work, that can be added here. And if you want to remove authors, you can still click the delete option, that will go. This is the 7th step, name of the authors, contributed authors. And the 8th step, whether work is published or unpublished. If your work is new work, you can go with unpublished, because mostly your writings are new things. Though you are writing or copying something else, scientific things cannot be changed. Wow, whoever it is, Ohm's law is Ohm's law. If you are preparing a question bank, Ohm's law means it is Ohm's law, V equal to I equal. Nobody can change that. So still you can publish the scientific things in unpublished work. For example, if it is a 2-mark question bank, whatever the thing, voltage means it is force, as well as all the other technical contents, it gives you the same thing. But the only thing is you should not copy the things what is there in the copyrighted books. Instead, you can understand the thing and you can paraphrase the content, and then you can publish as an unpublished work. This is the top secret. Okay. So whatever the book you refer or you prepare question bank or lab manual, no issues. But the thing is, you want to paraphrase like the journal writing. Now we put reference, but still we take others information or the content into our journals, and we are paraphrasing that. In the same way, if you want to get copyright for the literary work, then it should be paraphrasing one from the copyrighted documents. Okay. If it is published work, if you click the published work, then it will ask you year and country for the first publication and name, address, and all those matters. If it is unpublished work, then the 8th criteria and 9th criteria will not be enabled. And 9th and 10th will not be enabled, because these two for the published work. Say for example, you published a book already and you want to update the book, then you can go with the published book. Then year of the first publication, when did you publish the book at first, then all those things should be given in the next two columns, right? So for understanding purpose, let me go with the unpublished work. So 9 and 10 will not be enabled. So we'll come to the 11th one. So 11th one is names, addresses, nationality of the owners of various rights comprising the copyrights in the work and extended of rights held by each, together with particular assignments and license. What it means is how many of the contributors can have license of the particular work. For example, 2 people contributed for the literary work or writing a book. Okay, but how many of you can claim license for selling and other things? Some authors, they get money and write books and give it to the publisher. So publisher publish a book and they earn money. But some authors, they want to claim some earning also from the books. So they can be added here. If you want only the applicant, you can just click the applicant. Only 2 applicants will come. Or you are giving the entire license to authors. Sorry, we deleted the author, third author, right? So third author. So 3 authors. Now I have all the rights to sell, earn money, whatever the things which can be done with the materials you develop or the book you write. The 3 members can have all the rights to handle or have the credit of all the works. Okay, but some publishers, they will not give this and this. They will take same as publisher. If you entered your name as a publisher here, sorry here, then that column will be enabled. So if you are a publisher, you can go with that publisher, which means except publisher, nobody has rights to extend any form of activities with the work what you have done. Okay, once you are paid is paid, that's it. Like an actor, no, actors in the movie, they get money, they do not have any copyrights for the story or the music or the lyrics, something like that. Okay, so producer, director, and the musician, the composer and the lyricist, they have the copyrights of the movie, songs, lyrics, story, and all these things. No, that is called the producer or the publisher here, as far as this concern. So let us assume that we'll give license to all the authors for all the things. Okay, so the 11th step is over. And the 12th one is name, addresses, nationality of other persons, if any, authorized to assign or license to the comprising copyright. For example, on behalf of yourself, which means on behalf of these 3 author or a publisher, you want to give rights to someone else to take care of that particular work, you can give that work here. If not, you can just click not applicable, which means on behalf of JC, if someone wants to claim the license, they can give the ownership or a publisher or an author, they can give the rights to the other person who has not contributed to the work. Okay, so mostly nobody will give this type of things to the person who is not involved in this particular work. So we also take that not applicable here. Okay, so this will not be enabled here. And 13, 14, 15 and 16, they are for the artistic work, which means the drawing work. If you have any artistic work or the design work, that comes out under all these categories. And since we are going with the literary work, these things are not enabled here. So just save. It will go to third page. Third page is very, very simple. Look at here. Is the work to be registered and original work, whether the work is original or you copied or adapted from somewhere else. If your work is original, then click yes. Then all the other things will go disabled. There is nothing doing in this third step if your work is original work. But if you click no, it is not my original work, then it will ask you a translation of your work in the public domain, or whether you have adapted or translated from any other works. So all the details should be entered here. So mostly whatever the work you do or we do, we will go with the original work. Okay, though you are preparing a question bank, prepare it as a original work. Our software or the codings, whatever you do, application develop, so everything should be coming under this original work. If it is adapted work, then you want to do credit to the other publishers also. See here, name, address, nationality of the author of the original work, and name, address and nationality of the publisher if any of the original work, particulars of the authorization for a translation or adaptation including name, address, nationality of the party authorizing. Then we should get authorized before adapting or translating any books. Say for example, Robin Sharma writes a book without any proper authorization. If I translate that in Tamil, then it is illegal, right? So we need to go with all these kind of works. So as far as the third step concerned, we'll go with the original work. We'll click yes here and save. That will go to the fourth page. Fourth page is a payment page, nothing else. As we clicked, it is a literary work. We have to pay 500 rupees in online by using debit card or any other bank gateway. Okay. So once you clicked this, you will have to pay 500 rupees or the amount which is related to the particular work. And once you paid the amount, you can view the 4 steps PDF document. Your system will generate the 4-step PDF document, and you can download that document, including the payment slip, acknowledgement slip. Okay, so I hope you're clear, because when you pay the money, that will be generated by the system. When you're not paying anything, then this will not come. So kindly make a note. Once you paid your amount, this will generate a PDF of these 4 steps, including this receipt, which means the acknowledgement slip with the 500 rupees. So once everything is done, you download the document and save it for the other purposes. And once these 4 steps are completed, and again I'll tell you, the second step is most important among these 4. So kindly watch this second category for publishing or get your content copyrighted. So once the 4th step completed and we paid the money and the PDF is generated, then how the thing look like means, as I showed in the first page. Sorry, came out. Just a moment. Yeah, so once you pay, you'll be redirected to this particular page, and here you can see diary number. Diary number is nothing but your registration serial number. 4289 is your number, and year which you registered 2021, and CO copyrights under literary category. So this is your diary number, and this is important number where you want to check your application status. You can just use this number to check the status of the application. Okay, and this table shows you what title and what class of work and submitted by the applicant, whom the applicant is. All the details will come, and this is a re-scrutiny process, which means I submitted the application and it is in a re-scrutiny process. Okay, and as I said, you can copy this. So instead of getting into this page, you can check the status by clicking the status of the application and paste your diary number here, and that will give you the re-scrutiny status of your application is re-scrutiny. And if it is approved, you can see the approvals signed here. And look at here, this is the print acknowledgement letter and print the entire form. Print the entire form means the 4 steps what you entered in the copyright online office. I'll show you that also for you. Yeah, look at here, this is the payment page. 500 rupees I paid for my work. And this page will give you the other matters. Yeah, now you can see the information, all those things. Okay, so this will actually show you only the acknowledgement slip, but you have to keep the 4-step PDF. It will be generated by the system. Okay, and this is the address you want to send the documents to the Delhi Copyright Office, Delhi. I'll come to that. So as of now, what we have done is we have completed 4 steps and paid the amount, and we have been given a diary number for the particular work, and through this status of the application we can check the status of the applications. And at first, when I applied, this is my first copyright document, and yeah, so at first it will give you the status of the application is scrutiny, which means, as I showed in the workflow, the first step is scrutiny process. And if there is any discrepancy there in the work, they will send you a discrepancy letter, and then you have to reply to the discrepancy letter. And once it is done, then the status will be changed into re-scrutiny. And once the re-scrutiny done and there is no flaws, nothing happened to your application and the documents or the softwares or the codings what you develop, then the status will be changed into approval after some time. And once it is approved, then almost it is registered. So finally you will get status is registered. So once it is showing registered over here, then you will get sooner or later you will get the copyright certificate, and the document what you applied, that will be sealed by the government of office. That is nothing but protected documents. Right? If you are writing a story for a movie, then each and every page the association seal will be there in the original copy. So like that, they will give you, though it is a 1000-page report, they will give you a seal and signature in all the pages, and they will send it to the particular application. That is called extract of the application. Okay, so this is all the status of the work. And I mentioned discrepancy. Let me show you what discrepancy I received when I applied the work life lessons and success formula from PUBG. See here, this is the discrepancy letter sent by Copyright Office India through mail only. Okay, you can see here with reference to your application dated on 2019. While scrutinizing the application, the following discrepancies have been observed. Further clarification is required. So the objection is no objection certificate required from college in favor of the applicant. What does it mean is, when I applied copyright at very first time, communication address in the first step, I used Nanda Engineering College, Department of ECE, Road, on all these things as a communication address. But as a person, I do not belong to, or college does not belong to me. So they asked no objection certificate from the college, because they do not know whether I am official worker in the Nanda Engineering College. They asked no objection certificate from the college. So I just write a letter to the principal, and in the principal letter pad, I have quoted all this information, and principal signed, and I have sent that to the register office, and finally they accepted the letter, and then they changed the scrutiny process into re-scrutiny process. And then after the next step is approval, and finally we got registered for my book, Life Lessons and Success Formula from PUBG. And you have to be very careful that this NOC or the discrepancy should be cleared within 30 days. But still, you can go 40-45 days, they will give you time, but the mandatory or the important days are only 30 days. So you have to be very clear that we want to send everything in 30 days. Okay, so this is all about discrepancy letter. And as I said, Napongu College, they also received a discrepancy and they cleared the discrepancy, and then they got approved for their software, what they designed as smart attainment calculator. So like that, you can also develop a software or applications. And tomorrow we are going to launch, not tomorrow, Monday we are going to launch 2 applications in our department, and that also will be copyrighted once it is launched. So like that, every single thing, a single work or creative work, everything can be protected under this Copyright Act. So again, I'll tell you, patent is mainly for hardware components, and copyright is mainly for the literary work and the softwares or the application what we develop. So all these things can be protected under this Copyright Act. Trademark is different. Trademark is for goods and services, like the name, logos, symbols. No, one cannot use Adidas symbol for your company. One cannot use Amazon symbol for your company. Even the name, we cannot use Amazon name for our company because it is a protected one. So all these things comes under the trademark. Even you cannot use Talapakattu Biryani Kadai. You cannot use that word in some other else, except their owner of, what is the owner, who is the Dindigul Talapakattu means they are the owner, and except them, others cannot use that word even. That is called copyrighted. Say for example, if we use Talapakattu Biryani in our Erode or some other locality without their permission, it is an illegal one. So they can file a case against us, and they can get money also through the illegal activity what we have done. So the thing is, if it is a business or commercial purpose what we launch or whatever we do in terms of commercial, then it should be protected under this Copyright Act. If not, we cannot claim any credit or money from the creative work what we done. It may be a name or a logo symbol comes under the trademark, or if it is a tunes or books or any application you develop or the software you develop like attainment calculator, or if it is any invention or the idea you develop, that should be coming under the patent, and these things coming under the Copyright Act. So the thing is, IPR gives you protection to your invention, creation, and trademarks or registered trademarks. So these 3 are the main component. Apart from this, we have other IPR components, but broadly we always use and see these 3 things mostly in real time, and that is why I put only patent, copyright, and trademarks. Okay, so once it is done, then you have to come here, upload your work. But actually there is no new application I have done, so it shows that work awaited application is no work awaited records. But if you are a new applicant, then this will show you a table where you want to upload your work, which means we paid the amount, diary number generated, but what is your work, where you are going to upload, that upload done over here. Sorry, over here, upload work and documents. So here you will get some pop button, and you click and upload the documents, and that will reach to the Copyright Office. And discrepancy letter you have to upload here. Upload discrepancy reply. Yeah, like that you will get that. So you have to click this, and this is your diary number. Submit and choose your upload. Upload your reply of your discrepancy letter over here, and then upload. That will reach to the Copyright Office, because I haven't uploaded this because of the busy work. This work is still on the Copyright Office. So let us take this as an example. How do you apply a discrepancy letter, a reply to the discrepancy letter like this? Okay. So once you paid, 2 things. We want to upload the work and documents. If at all there is any discrepancy letter comes from the Copyright Office, then we want to clear by uploading this. Okay. So once it is done, everything is done in the what is it called, online mode. Then what we want to do is, as I said, once the amount is paid, you will be redirected to generate a PDF document, the PDF document as well as the amount, along with two copy of your work. For example, you write a book, or you develop a software with codings. So you take that codings, source code, object code, and screenshot, two copies of all the documents along with the application what we filled, that will give you as a PDF, and the acknowledgement copy with the 500 rupees. All these things should be sent through courier to the copyright office, and that's what I showed in the application, which means what is that called, acknowledgement letter. You saw that, no? Address of copyright office there. You want to make sure that your courier should reach to that particular address, and once you generate this, you will get this address, this one. So once it is reached, they will give you a reply through mail, and then scrutiny process. So once it is reached, it will be scrutiny, and next step is re-scrutiny, and then approval, and then register. So once you are registered, you will get certificate like this. So this is one of my literary work. Title of the work is Mysterious Guide, and as I said, work is unpublished work, and I give rights to only myself because it is my book. That is why. But if you want to publish your book through some publisher, they will ask whether you have copyrighted your document or not, because some publisher will pay you money, and they will claim all the rights by selling all those things. So if at all if you are a publisher like Kindle edition through Amazon or Flipkart, then you can still go with, as a publisher, as an author, you can claim the full credit of your work. But if you want to sell your work to the publisher, you need not want to copyright this, because the publisher can get copyright for the content. You will be paid for that particular content. So this is what all about certificate from Government of India Copyright Office, and this is the signature of the registrar. All these things will reach you in soft copy, because nowadays they do not send any hard copy to your address. But when I applied at very first time, we got hard copy from the Copyright Office, but now they send only soft copy like this. So I think I've given my best in make you understanding this copyright, and we'll take 10 minutes for question and answer session. If you have any doubt or question in applying this, you can call me or you can ask me now. Let me come to that page. Yes. Hello. Any question related to this copyright and how to apply copyright? You can raise question.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, if I'm writing a book, I become an author, sir.
Yeah.
When someone is publishing it, who has the original copyright, sir?
Yeah,
Who can
it is.
claim that, sir?
Yeah, it depends on who is the applicant and whose name is given in the applicant. For example, you are selling your book to the publisher. You do not want to get copyright, because publisher, they will get copyright for the content once you get paid. Or if you want payment as well as earning from the selling the books, then you can go with both the names, which means in the publisher you can give your name also. So it's all depends
Okay,
on
sir. Okay, sir.
whose name is there in the application.
Sir, at first I made a copyright to my book, sir. After
Okay.
few years, some publishing companies want to publishing that book, sir.
That is
Then
an agreement between you and the publisher. You can give the copyright certificate, or you can write a formal agreement in a stamp paper, and you are claiming that publisher has all the rights, even if it is copyrighted under my name. That is not an issue.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Sir, in the same case, in cine field, a music director is composing a song, sir, and some of the artists are singing songs, sir. Who holds the copyright, sir?
See, there is no copyright for singers. Singers get paid. Tune is for
Okay.
composer and lyrics is for lyrics. So they are just giving voice, and that voice is not copyrighted under any copyright act. So they get paid, but the work is creative work. Voice is not a, according to the copyright law, voice is not a creative one. You also have a voice, I also have a voice. But tunes, we cannot compose like Ilayaraja. Lyrics, we cannot like write like a Vairamuthu or any other Kannadasan. They are actually
Sir,
creators. Yeah,
sir,
please.
if asking a guitarist to play different tunes, sir,
Yeah.
and I'm composing and I'm recording and composing it, sir, then who holds the copyright, sir?
Who is the creator? Creator of the work will claim the full
Okay,
credit.
sir. Okay, sir.
See, simply someone is
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you,
composing
sir.
music. I hold a cell phone and recording. Then I'm not a creator. I'm just copying the content or recording the content. But both the composer as well as the other person, what you said, if they contributed some creation work, they both claim or apply for the composer category. No issues. It means that the certificate should tell you both the names. If it is a composer, there should be two names, means there is no issues. If Ilayaraja holds the copyright, but someone else using that, that is illegal. If both have the copyright application, I mean the names are in the application, then it is okay, no issues. Any question? See, mostly, as far as academicians and students concerned, we mostly use contents like literary work and website as well as software and applications. All these things are coming under codings and other categories, right? So either codings or the software, we can go with it. And the most important thing is when it comes to commercial purpose, there it plays a role. But as far as we are getting copyright and keeping myself, it will not be an issue. When you are publishing your work to the public world, and it is an issue when someone is misusing, then it must be protected. As far as you are keeping your work with yourself, then it is not necessary, not at all necessary to have a to get a copyright for your creative work. But when you are publishing, either in YouTube or something else, it should be copyrighted. Any other clarity? Any clarity required, you can ask me. And mostly listening to this seminar may be okay, but when you sit and apply for copyright, you will get confused. In that time, you do not hesitate to call me. Mohanapriya ma'am has my number, and if you want to register any content, kindly call me. I'll help you, because many of the people.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, I'm Alex Adityan from third year chemical, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, if I'm having a project and I'm having a patent to manufacture a product, sir, then
Okay.
how could I get the patent for this considered product, sir? What is the
No,
procedure?
no, patent procedure is totally different from this copyright procedure.
Okay, sir. How to manufacturing
No,
right we got, sir.
no. We'll have a separate session on patent. This is a patent is for only hardwares. Creation of your works like softwares and codings and tunes, all these things coming under the copyright. That is a separate procedure. If possible, we'll have one more session on patent filing and other things. Okay, so if
Thank
you
you,
have
sir.
products, invention, or with new ideas, that will be protected under patent rights, not under the copyrights. Copyright will not protect your products. It will protect only the creations, creativity. Creativity in the form of writings, in the form of music, in the
Okay,
form
sir.
of video, photography.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
I think I completed the expected time or the before the scheduled time 4:15.
Yes, sir. Sure.
I request everyone to turn on your cameras for the photo session.
Okay.
Then feedback will be posted in the chat box. You can chat.
Distinguished guest speaker, respected principal, heads of various departments, faculty members, and my dear friends, I feel happy to propose the vote of thanks. We are extremely indebted to thank our chief guest, Mr. T. Jayachandran, Assistant Professor, Department of ECE, Nanda Engineering College, for sparing his valuable time and sharing valuable information on IPR and e-filing copyrights. Thank you, sir. I also thank our most respected principal for his presence. Thank you, sir. Our heartfelt thanks to all the heads of various departments and the faculty members for your presence. Thank you, sirs, and thank you, madams. I also thank all the participants for your cooperation in this webinar. Once again, I thank you all. The feedback link will be posted on chat box. And if the response is closed after 100, the participant can also.
Okay, thank you everyone. I'll take a leave. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Present. Bye, sir.
Thank you.